It's time to fight fire with fire. Hey, everybody. Today I am going to be talking about racism and double standards. First and foremost, I am beyond sick and tired of people trying to demonize us and call us racists all the time. And then there's this whole new thing where they're calling Larry Elder the black face of white supremacy. Like, I really can't even. Here's the thing. If he's a black white supremacist, and I guess that would make me a black white supremacist as well, how come I don't go to somebody's house and knock on their door and say, hey, can I please be your slave? I mean, you are. Seriously, if that's really what I believed in, if I really thought that I was at the bottom of the pack, like race-wise, and white people were on this huge pedestal, why wouldn't I want to return to the good old days of slavery where I could have just been at somebody's beck and call 24/7? Wouldn't that really be my ultimate goal? I know a lot of white supremacists, sure, yeah, they want their whole, segregation. It's like whites only. But I tell you what, I bet that they would be super, super happy to take me in and have me, just like do their laundry and maybe be their bed wench or whatever else, scrub the floors, take care of their kids, do all that stuff. Who wouldn't want free servants? So I think that right now, all the black white supremacists need to go and volunteer themselves to be slaves. And if you don't do that, then I don't think that you meet the criteria to be a black white supremacist. Now, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. We're being accused of being racist for maybe believing in things like you shouldn't kill babies and freedom and fair trade and keeping or having American jobs in America. Yeah, that's the new that's the new definition of racism. But it's very strange because as the white supremacists, actually the real ones, they want segregation. The left is also pushing segregation. They are actually having separate graduations for black people and white people and putting them into separate dorms. And it's just really sick. Like, who wants that? I love having friends of different ethnicities, backgrounds, cultures. It's fantastic. You get to share food and sometimes clothes and customs and all kinds of wonderful things. One of the things that I think was best about my college experience was all those different types of people that I had never met before and would not have met in the small town that I came from. I've just met so many wonderful people that aren't the same as me. And I think you're doing a real disservice to deprive people of the customs and the culture of others, especially because America's this whole melting pot where we all get together and we're supposed to learn from each other and kind of mix and share cultures and kind of take the best out. But one of the things that the left is doing that really gets on my nerves is when they talk about, cultural appropriation. No, that's kind of what we're supposed to be doing here. Like, that's part of the experiment. Everybody comes from every place else and you bring your cultures and the good stuff is supposed to stay, or the good stuff comes in and the bad stuff goes. So like female genital mutilation, nope, that's bad. That's bad culture stuff. We don't want that here. That's not anything. We don't want to import it. And if somebody's doing it here, we need to get rid of it. But there's good stuff, like tacos. Who doesn't love a good taco? and sushi. Oh my gosh, sushi, like food, even hairstyles. I don't care if people have braids in their hair or dreadlocks. Do whatever you want with your hair. And these people say, you can't, if you're white, you can't have dreadlocks or you can't have braids. Stop. Please stop. And I'm going to cover the Larry Elder being attacked by what looks to be a white woman in a gorilla costume. There is a possibility she could be a light-skinned black person like me wearing a gorilla mask, but I'm just going to let you guys in on a little secret. A lot of black people, we don't dress like monkeys. I can't say that nobody ever has. Don't buy like little baby outfits where they have like different little animals. Don't buy one that has a monkey on it and give it to a black person. We're just not, that's not cool. I mean, it's like a well-meaning thing, but just on average, yeah, we don't dress like monkeys. We don't have monkeys on our clothes. That's not a thing. So that's why I'm leaning heavily towards this actually as a white woman. I don't know any black person that would put on a monkey outfit. Not saying it's never happened, but it's highly, highly, highly unlikely. Oh, and just to throw this last bit in here, because I'm talking about the recall election and Larry Elder. Haven't covered this yet, even though I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably seen this already, but a crazy racist, most likely white woman. What I want is to dressed up like a gorilla to go attack a black man. I would say for I don't know, like the entire history or entire modern history, that's very clearly a racist act. Oh, wait, but it's not anymore because of woke privilege. Woke privilege now means that white women can dress up like monkeys and attack black men, and somehow that makes the black guy the white supremacist. Here I have another leftist publication. News One, conservatives suggest that white women heckling Larry Elder while wearing a gorilla mask is a racist hate crime. So yeah, a racist woman dressed up like a monkey and threw eggs at Larry Elder. But I can remember, I don't know, like 5 minutes ago, when anything having to do with black people and monkeys, remember, that's always been racist until today, until right now. I mean, even just this, remember this? Remember the H&M being slammed for a photo of a black boy in a monkey hoodie? The hoodie here says coolest monkey in the jungle. Oh my goodness, they had to fall down on their knees and beg for forgiveness because just putting in a black kid in a hoodie that says monkey on it, that's a huge problem. Now, here we have a white man filmed harassing black passenger by pretending to be a monkey. This guy isn't even in a costume. There's no costume. He's just pretending to be a monkey. That's a problem. I'm not saying it's not a problem. I'm just pointing out this guy doesn't even have the costume on, but this is a problem. Here's Google. Google says, sorry for racist auto tag and photo app, where they labeled a picture of two black people as gorillas. That's a problem. Jury convicts student who wore gorilla mask to Black Lives Matter rally of a misdemeanor. This guy didn't even attack anybody. He just dressed like a monkey and showed up somewhere. I guess the misdemeanor was, I guess he was guilty of hurting people's feelings, but he didn't do anything violent. He was exercising his freedom of speech, even though it's in a way that I personally do not agree with. I wouldn't have arrested him for it. Everyone's entitled to their freedom of speech, and there's no freedom not to be offended, even though what this guy was doing was offensive. I still have to, as somebody who is intellectually consistent, I have to defend his free speech to do things I don't like. But remember, if you just show up in a gorilla mask, it is a racist thing. Oh, and all the heat that Home Depot took, they had to fire employees after, now they're saying this is a racist tweet, featuring two African-American drummers and a gorilla. It says which drummer is not like the others. And here's a monkey and two black people on either side. So even if you have these guys here, clearly they all consented to this. I'm sure they probably got paid. They're all wearing their orange Home Depot outfits and they're sitting on buckets. I'm sure they weren't playing for free. I'm sure they got paid for this. They signed on to it. But just having somebody in a monkey costume in the vicinity of black people, remember, this is racist. And finally, outrage continues over costume worn at middle school basketball game. We have 3 children who put on gorilla masks and they have to apologize to everybody. Yes, this is awful. This is racist. Remember, so let's go back to this article, because remember, all these other things are racist. Just being in a monkey costume near a Black person is racist. Let's watch these hypocrites try to clean this up and fail miserably. Never in the history of white peopledom have white people ever been ambiguous when sending racist messages as a form of protest. You're telling us a white woman was calling Elder a gorilla by putting a gorilla mask on herself? Yes. Yes, I am. And I just showed you a whole bunch of other incidences where that was super racist. And why an egg? Why not an egg? They're cheap. She had them at her house. Why not throw a banana or a noose or the mask itself? Okay, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. People throw eggs at people because they are gross and slimy and disgusting. Hitting somebody with a banana doesn't make a big mess. No, she was going in extra hard, trying to do maximum disgusting damage because she's a foul person. And why didn't she throw the mask itself? Because she's trying to hide? What kind of stupid question is that? If this is supposed to be a show of contempt towards Black people and not towards this specific right-winger who also happens to be one of the most white-friendly, whatever kind of garbage they are talking about that is just some woke nonsense. More woke nonsense. I just don't have time for it. It's funny how the race card comes out when a white woman dresses up like a monkey and attacks people. Didn't it come out for everything else? For everyone else? Yes, it did. Oh, what was Larry Elder wearing at the time? You know what? Doesn't that sound like victim blaming? Isn't that what they do? Isn't that what they used to do when they about women getting attacked and being assaulted? Oh, like, well, what was she wearing? Did she invite this herself? I thought we moved beyond this. I thought you were so progressive that you didn't do victim blaming. Talking about what somebody is wearing? Are you insane? Well, I guess yes, of course. Yes, they are insane. What was Larry Elder wearing at the time? Did his attacker specifically call him the N-word? If not, how could we possibly know this had anything to do with race? I don't know. Maybe it's how you treated every other case ever. Maybe it's that. What about Chicago? What is Larry Elder doing to combat House Negro on field Negro crime in his own backyard? Like, what? Excuse me. First of all, he's from California, running in California. I don't want to hear the word Chicago come out of any liberal's mouth, because I can remember more than 5 seconds ago when Donald Trump did show up to Chicago. And I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said, hey, I'm here. Let's solve the problems. Let's solve the violence. Let's get to the bottom of this. I have the full weight of the federal government, the most powerful government in the world. I have all these powers. Let me help you. And you know what they said? They said he's a racist, and they refused to work with him, and they rather have Black people's blood in the streets at astronomical rates than accept any help. Trump cared, Republicans care. When they actually show up and they try to do something, they are told no. This is hardcore racism, where you rather have children get shot down and mowed down in the streets versus accepting some help by somebody who actually cares. Never have we ever had a president who ever did anything like that before. And you know what? You want to talk about somebody being in somebody's backyard? Let's talk about Obama, because Obama was from Chicago. And what did he do when he got in office? He acted like he couldn't even find Chicago on a map. Don't even get me started. What happened before the camera started rolling? How do we know Larry Elder didn't provoke the egg attack with some sort of chicken dance? Seriously? All poultry products matter. You think you're funny. You're not. You are so transparent. You have been called out so badly. You have embarrassed yourself. You have disgraced yourself. And you are a racist apologist. And I need to call this stuff out more. You're apologizing for racist actions. So don't tell me that you believe that Black Lives Matter, because you don't. And don't tell me you're some sort of wonderful progressive person who believes in equality for all when I'm sure this person also supports Antifa, who loves to bludgeon and dang near kill gay people like Andy Ngo. We've seen them attack transgenders. We've seen them attack children. They attack Black people. They attack whoever they want. And these people, they provide cover for them, and they are disgusting. I tell you what, if it wasn't for double standards, people like this, they would have no standards at all. Oh, white conservatives even took their caucasity to a new level by trying to make woke privilege a thing. The caucasity word, I'm sorry, that's just like one of the funniest things that I've ever heard in my whole entire life. It's just so outrageous. I don't even know, man. Like it's one of, I don't understand how a regular person could have a conversation with somebody who speaks like this. If you said a word like that to me, I would probably just walk away because you're just not somebody that I could even talk to or would be interested in talking to, because you say such phenomenally stupid things and life is short and there's only so many hours in a day and I'm not going to waste them on you and your lunacy. I've had it up to here with the actual racists who are doing actual racist attacks and pushing for segregation and destroying the Black family through terrible welfare policies, keeping the Black fathers out of the homes, people who are voting for that, people who are voting for policies that destroy minorities. I'm tired of them acting like they have the high ground. You do not have the moral high ground. I will not give it to you, and I'm going to do a much better job. I'm going to call it out way more than I have before. And you, sorry guys, sorry to let you down here. If you're a leftist, you are on the side of racism. You have been. I'm sorry. You have been. You don't have to continue to be, though. You could change your mind. I don't understand why anybody votes Democrat. I mean, from slavery to Jim Crow to redlining to keeping the fathers out of the homes, to keeping the Black fathers, out of the homes, for these awful welfare policies, to keeping school choice away from minority and just poor communities, to force, like, don't tell me you are for Black folks and Black Lives Matter if you don't want to give them the opportunity for equal education, if you don't want to give them a path out of the hood. No, nope. Actually, you are the racist. It's not us. And I'm tired of them accusing us of what they themselves are doing. So I will be calling a spade from now on, and I hope you do too.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and please share it. You can help us continue to fight in the war against disinformation by donating at paypal.me/right-left-of-center. I'm River Wright from Right Left of Center, and if you're watching, you're probably right too.